What's good, Critty Gang, Critty Fam, and we're back! Got another one for you, finally! The one you've all been requesting by the new sensation on the internet, Ren, with the tale of Jenny and Screech, the full version. I heard that it's like a 3-part story almost, but all you that wanted me to react to it said to do it in one video, so it's like a 14-minute long song. So I have no clue what to expect on this one, but knowing Ren, I had to get the big size monster for this one. So I can't imagine what he's gonna get into in there. We're just gonna have to dive in and see. I didn't even want to peek at the video. I didn't want to chop through it and see what's gonna be going on. I just left it at this because it was so highly suggested. We're gonna get the most genuine reaction we could out of it. But before we jump into that, you know I always got to talk for an hour before the video. Just kidding, it won't be an hour. But shout out to the Kansas City Chiefs and Pat Mahomes. Much as it hurts me saying that, you know, Bills Mafia, next year we got this. And we've been saying that since football started. But next year is our year, right? But Mahomes is a beast. Big up to those boys for that. Secondly, just real quick, I don't remember which video it was. One of the videos of Ren, I feel like I may have disrespected, be the word I'll use, a few of my older followers that commented. I'm not sure what exactly I said that may have offended them, if it did offend them, about the old people being in Congress and the government. I wasn't targeting, you know, old people. I never want anyone to feel like I'm targeting anyone. I never want to hurt anyone's feelings. I mean, especially over this long weekend, I had another real close friend of mine gone because of a tragic accident, but I can come to YouTube for that. And of course, you guys were amazing and supportive as always. So thank yous. But to the ones that feel like you may have felt disrespected or offended by what I said, if I worded it wrong, I apologize. Talking about the old people being in Congress since the 1940s and the government and the president, I just meant the old folks that, you know, they're still in their ways since they got in office to this new weird life is funny. I think that's the video was Ren's Life is Funny that we're living in, and how they literally bow down to this woke agenda, this left woke narrative. But you know, when they go home, they know it's all bullshit, but they have to put that mask on, you know, and parade around to the false narratives. And I mean, it was a fact, you know, Joe Biden was trying to shake hands with a ghost and talking to imaginary people and whatnot. But like the State of the Union, he mumbled through half of it as Kamala's in the background clapping, and she's worse than he is and she's young. So that's all I meant by that. We're going to jump into this, but one more surprise for you guys, right? We hit that 200 subscriber mark. YouTube sent me the plaque, baby. 200. I thought it was going to be like real steel or gold or platinum, but we'll take this for now, right? Maybe when we hit 300, they'll send me a real platinum one, right? That'd be dope with some gold trim. All right, so try to make that intro short as possible because I know you guys have been waiting for this one. Stretched out, mentally prepared, got my monster. Let's get into this. Finally, Ren, Jenny, and Screech. Let's go. He's nice on that guitar. The mellow guitar, and then the rest.
It was a quiet, dark night in an empty street, somewhere in London City. Jenny walked alone, she was dragging her feet, she was heading back home to sleep. Well, she knew this town, she knew this floor, because she walked it about 1,000 times before. She wanted to escape.
Alright, so again, I have no clue which direction this song is gonna go in, but I'm gonna give my first opinion on what the song may be, like I usually like to try to do. From what he's saying, it sounds like just, small town girl, knows the whole town, knows the roads like the back of her hand. She might have had one too many drinks at the bar. She's walking home not thinking anything of it because, she knows this neighborhood like the back of her hands, by friendly with everybody. But obviously there's a bunch of stories of, girls walking home alone late at night or drunk, and, it doesn't lead to a good outcome. No clue if that's where this is going with this. Let's just keep going and find out.
Can you blame? Well, on the very same night, in a different place, there was this hooded young youth by the name of James. He was 14 years old and out of his brain, he'd been smoking ganja with the boys. James, he grew up to be a kid of the street. His mates called him Screech. He was quick on his feet, he was a liar, a thief. At 14 years old, the devil had set his sights on his soul.
Okay, so there's Jenny and Screech, a boy and a girl. She's walking through her little hometown. So this 14-year-old boy, the devil had his sights set on his soul. He was drinking, doing this, doing that. So maybe two young teenagers about to embark on the journey of life, maybe coming out of that dark path that Ren always has, the dark and the light side of everything, or the good and the bad. Maybe Jenny and Screech are, they're both going down a dark path. Somehow they cross hairs and bring themselves up the right path to see the light. I don't know. This one's interesting so far, though.
As Jenny walked home all alone, she felt scared. Usually she was alright, but it was like there was something in the air. A divine intervention telling her to beware. Maybe intuition bugging her and making her so scared.
Yes. See, that's what I just thought, A girl walking home alone at night, she starts being scared. And even if you know all the neighbors, everyone's friendly, that doesn't mean something can't come out of nowhere and happen. Her intuition started bugging her and making her scared. And they always say, what? Listen to your gut. Listen to your instinct. Fight or flight. Something tells you to run. You better Usain Bolt that bitch. Be out. Oh, come on. I like this song already. I got to stop talking so it's not 19 hours.
Sound in the distance to the beat of Jenny's feet. A symphony of the night that echoes crime on London streets. Jenny turns a corner, their eyes they meet. A poor girl Jenny, a boy named Screech. Give me all your money, bitch, give it to me. If you cooperate, then you'll soon be free. I want your purse, your phone, don't fucking look at me. I mean it, bitch, are you listening to me? Jenny.
Okay. I was completely wrong. Huh. I mean, I was right that she's walking home not in the right state of mind, kind of scared. But he didn't say that they were in the same town, but they might cross paths and end up going on the right path together. But now this just took a wild turn, and he runs into Jenny, give me everything in your purse, shut it, goes to rob her, which her intuition was telling her something bad may happen. Turns the corner and there's Screech trying to rob her. Oh man, this is good. Again, this Ren with his music and the video, as you watch the visuals, I literally feel like I'm watching movies when I'm reacting to this dude's music videos and his lyrics. I feel like he puts me in the movie. So
Freezes statue like a lady shakes stalactite. Feel like liquid nitrogen in the dark night. She tried to find strength to move, but stayed as still as a statue in high-heeled shoes. What the hell you playing at? You playing games with me? I swear to fucking God, I'll slice the rosy off your cheeks. You think I don't mean it, girl? You don't know me. The last thing you see will be a boy code. Screech reached with the sheath of the blade, with the teeth that could bite through steel and slice concrete, and he swung possessed with the devil in his chest, and the statue she was turned to butter in her breath.
He had her so scared she felt like she was melting. She froze, didn't know what to do, started melting. Come across a situation like that, being by yourself, someone comes and sticks you up, has a knife or a gun. I mean, your best bet is just to give it up. not worth risking your life over a couple dollars. But what show, if you're around my age or growing up, I can't think of it. That school or that show with the high school students, and Screech was one of the characters. The goofy kid with the curly hair. I can't remember which. Someone tell me in the comments which show Screech is from, please. Let's get back onto this. Jenny's melting as she's getting robbed.
It was a quiet, dark night in an empty street somewhere in London City. Jenny lay still on the cold concrete. She's found somewhere to sleep. Well, she knew this town, she knew this floor, 'cause she'd walked here about 1,000 times before. I guess that she escaped. It's such a shame.
I feel like he's just gonna start jamming. I wish I knew how to play the guitar. I used to play the piano. Gotta figure out the guitar. Here it comes. It's about to go in that bag.
Our story, it starts right to the end. At the life of poor Jenny, clocked out like Big Ben. This Screech, dear boy, where did he go? He melted into the black night just like snow. Patrick, man, let me in, please open the door. I think I fucked up, Patrick, really fucked up, man, I'm not sure. I got crazy, left this lady lying still on the floor. I think I killed her, Patrick, come on, man, I can't knock no more. But Screech kept on knocking till his knuckles became sore. But there's no sign of Patrick down at number.
Oh, wow. So Screech killed Jenny. And then he ran to his friend's house panicking, banging on the door. Bro, I think I thought bad this time. He probably robbed people in the past, been in this situation plenty of times, but didn't escalate to that. It's a lot of the times when you don't think it's going to happen, is where the escalation comes in and something crazy happens. And now he's banging on his friend's door like, bro, I fucked up. I don't know what to do. Oh, come on.
Number 54, no refuge for our villain, for the bitter hands of fate, with something far more sinister in mind that does away. Hey babe, are you in? Nah, nothing really, I'm just a bit tired, listen. Can I swing around yours for a few moments? I just really miss you, babe. What the fuck do you mean you're busy? You fucking bitch! For fuck's sakes! Siren sounds approaching like a banshee in the night. The shrill cry of justice cutting like the sharpest knife. But Screech was never one to run, not one to miss a fight. One hand upon his blade, he turned to face the blue lights. Come on then, you fucking cunts, let's fucking have you then. I am Screech, I'm the boss, I'm the ender of men. You think that uniform you're wearing means that you own these streets? These are my fucking streets.
So Screech thinks he can't be touched, right? Said he had a blade, so he must have stabbed Jenny, killed her. Cops got on that ass quick, lit him up. They said the blue lights, right? Pulled the knife out. I'm not going down without a fight. I'll take these cops on. I'm the boss.
They call me fucking Screech! Richard was an officer who stood at 6'3", working London on the night shift. What he didn't think he'd see was a boy running at him like an animal possessed. With no time to hesitate, he fired 4 bullets at Screech's chest.
Chest. Ooh, seen that coming.
Our story, it ends right at the start. Young Screech and poor Jenny lying 1 street apart. An officer shaken by the boy that he claimed. 2 bodies lay lifeless, and it's such a shame. It's such a shame.
Man, that's crazy. I wasn't expecting that either. We're only halfway through the song, and I mean, I feel like, you know, the tale of Jenny and Screech, they crossed paths. He killed her, then he was killed by the police. Now the officer that shot him is feeling guilty that he took a life. There's 2 bodies laid out dead, 1 block away from each other. Such a shame. I mean, that's really, that correlates to what's going on in real life nowadays. I mean, look at the south side of Chicago. Every weekend they're having 70 shootings a weekend. Just senseless killings for no reason. And is that what Brandon's trying to capture in this video and song? Or is it just each individual, you know, fighting their own demons or what they're going through? Or is it collectively as a whole? Tell me what you guys think about this too, because this one's got me really perplexed right now. Sounds like life's a money game. It's got like that same beat that he had the Money Game. Now Violet's Tale? Now he's back in the hospital. Yeah, now I'm really thrown off, right? I thought it was the tale of Jenny and Screech. I've seen shorter clipped videos that were like 2 minutes, but this one's 13, and now it says the tale of Violet, I think it said. And he went from being in the streets to now he's back in the hospital. I'm hoping I'm on the right video. That was it supposed to end at Jenny and Screech, or does it? Obviously we're gonna keep it going, but this has been one of his most mind-bending ones that I've reacted to yet. Man, he jams that thing.
Ooh, ooh, London City, far from pretty, 2005. A lady down in Paddington is fighting just to stay alive. Rhythmic beats and bloodstained sheets, Our Lady weeps, she's tired and frail. To set the scene, we must rewind the hands of time for Violet's tale. 'Cause 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 you. Violet was a silent girl, grew up with violent starts. Her mother was a drinker and her father was a bastard. Every night he took her tie but never left the room. I'll spare you with the things he did, I'm sure her mother knew. Violet was a silent girl, she moved out at 16. A semi-detached council flat, paid for by a welfare scheme. Packing shelves at Tesco, stacking jars like...
Oh, okay, that just took another dark turn. Alright, so Jenny and Screech sounded like a story of more or less two youngsters. One was walking home from a bar by herself. A troubled young man came up, stabbed her, robbed her, killed her. Cop shot him, over. Now we switch to the tale of Violet, and it sounds like another troubled youth at home, but the parents are the problem. The dad wears a suit and a tie, but he doesn't leave. The mom doesn't act like she knows what's going on. It's kind of sounding like the dad is not a very good guy with his daughter. I hope that's not what it goes into, because I have two daughters, and I mean, some of the shit that you see on the news, which Ren probably will get into it because it is unfortunately reality, but...
Pickled bricks. She met a boy named Stevie and he was a little prick. Violet was a silent girl and Violet she fell fast. See, Stevie was a wrong un, but he sure knew how to charm her. Every night he took her tie but never left the room. History repeats itself, he'd paint her black and blue and dark. She never stood a chance. The devil comes to dance.
Oh my goodness. This is why I tell you that me and Ren have like some telepathy. I really feel like I'm in this dude's brain sometimes. How many times, if you go back and watch my videos, or even read in the comments, you know, what's going on in the world, how they divide and conquer the world, history repeating itself, you know, on a broader perspective of that. But when it comes to relationships like this, you know, they say girls with daddy issues. I'm just, you know, referring to the content. She was being abused at home, I assume, so she moved out at 16. She met a boy who seemed like he was all nice, charming, and sweet. And then once you actually start dating, he's not really a sweet guy. He might have had some issues himself growing up. Now he's beating up on you, doing all this shit behind closed doors. But he puts the suit and tie on like her dad, right? Puts that pig mask on like Ren has in the other videos. That mask on. Oh, I'm just representing something I'm not, right? Shirt and tie. But then you go in the house, close the doors, and he's beating up on her. So this song, I don't know. This whole song, I feel like, is just incorporating different points of views from troubled youth growing up in such a crazy world or situations that we may find ourselves in.
Violet, why are you always so quiet? On her bedroom door and he's irate. He's been drinking and smoking, he's up late. And he stands by her bedside, she shakes, but her eyes stay shut. You fucking slut, I know you're up. And he pinches her eyelids and folds them up. Violet, why are you lying to me, Violet? She stays silent, things turn violent. That's the sound of his fists when they fall like a crashing pilot. Hit like hailstones, one to the collarbone, full.
Wow. That's some sinister shit. But that's what I mean with Ren. Like, he's so, like, detail-oriented with the visuals that are in his music that match up perfectly with what he's saying. Even if it's a subtle glimpse of something in the video or one word here and there, it's like just those small little nuances is what draws me in. And I literally feel, like I said, like I'm watching a movie. But not only a movie, like I've seen relationships like this with own friends of mine, boys and girls, going to both ways. Like the girl was so scared in her bed, she was acting like she was sleeping because she knew he came in, he was drunk, he was smoking. That's going to lead to probably what, an argument. He's probably going to beat up on you again. So she's laying there shaking, keeping her eyes closed, acting like she's sleeping. You fucking slut, I know you're awake. Pulling her eyes open. Guys with, that don't have a huge ego, or they have a low self-esteem, or the jealousy, pride. Even if the girl could be the most loyal girl in the world. And this goes boy and girl, boyfriend, girlfriend. It goes both ways. With like the jealousy and, always accusing the other of doing something, even if it's never happened, but you came to the conclusion in your head that it did happen, and she knows that you came to that conclusion even though it's wrong, so she's terrified that you're going to beat up on her even though she didn't do anything. God, I've seen it happen so many times. But then Ren, here we go, just gets in my mind, gets in the vision of what I've seen, and again, it's like I'm just watching a movie on replay that I've seen in real life. This kid, I see why, this man deserves every subscriber he has because he's an amazing artist.
Force, full blown, bloods, black bone, crack, knick, knack, paddy whack. One to the jaw and the tooth spat, detach, fist connects and disconnects a bone. A quick deflect to misdirect the blow, but nonetheless his punches met her throat. Such a mess, he's left her bruised and broke. Violet, why you always so silent, Violet? Why you such a little liar, Violet? Do you think I wanna do this, Violet? In character, she stays silent. Well, say something, Violet. Silence. Fucking say something, Violet. Silence.
Oh, yes. See, again, how a few minutes ago, I mentioned how this song is giving me the same vibes that High Ren did. Not only with the lyrics or anything like that, but just how he was playing the guitar. Like just that real slow. And then to start the bopping feel to the guitar. And now he's going a cappella with, like, in High Ren, that demon voice when he was switching from, his deeper, or the negative side of his brain, talking to the positive side, and the negative side was all got that deeper, more voice, and Violet, why you always so silent? Violet, why you such a liar? Like he's getting back into that dark character. That's another thing too. He's such like an artist, but an actor, like where I can feel like that this is really happening.
Wait. Say something, Violet. Not one word, she stays quiet. London City, far from pretty, 2005. A lady down in Paddington is fighting just to stay alive. The doctor, in a state of shock, saw something here so very wrong. See, Violet, she was pregnant. Poor Violet, she was 9 months gone. Turning to the doctor, Violet broke her silence and she cried, if I...
Okay. So he was singing that while he was in the hospital about the girl down in Paddington fighting for her life to stay alive. Maybe they found Violet and brought her to the hospital, and that's what he's singing about, her fighting for her life. But this is happening in London where it's a big problem with them over there with knives. Like over here in America, we have such a gun problem with all the killings and mass shootings that happen because of guns. Well, over there, their gun laws are so strict. I've heard it's damn near impossible to get a gun over there. So everyone, walks around toting knives or committing their crimes with knives and blades, which, I mean, sick as it sounds to say out loud, obviously to hope none of us would ever be in that situation. But I'd rather take one bullet to the head and be done instead of laying there getting chopped up and stabbed a bunch of times. So London has, that's the world for you. Like just the violence and egregious acts that take place in humanity, one human doing that to another human, especially when there's no provocation or reason for it, just senseless killing happening all over the world. And man, any subject Ren touches on, he just kills it, man.
I'm to die right here tonight. Please let my baby stay alive. The doctor soon regained composure, called the surgeon to come in. As Violet's world turned to black, the curtains closed, the lights went dim. In London City, far from pretty, 2005, a lady down in Paddington just lost the fight to stay alive. A tragedy or a miracle, it happened on these very streets. Two twins aligned side by side. A girl named Jenny and a boy named Screech.
That's crazy. A tragedy or a miracle. This happens to not even if you're a victim of an assault like she was, but just a regular mother that may have, problems while trying to give birth, and she can even choose, either abort the baby and save my life or save the baby's life. And if this is my time to go, it's my time to go. If that means my baby gets to live, man, I thank God that I never had to be in a situation like that, to make a choice like that, a decision like that. But such a tragedy, her losing her life, again, is a miracle because she did it to save her baby. And again, that can correlate to a lot of shit in the world. That's like Ren's message is more than just a simplistic message. Like, that's why we have to dive deep into his songs when we do this shit, because look at just two examples off the top of my head, right? 9/11, when the Trade Centers got hit, that was a huge tragedy. One of the biggest tragedies in the country, damn near ever, right? But what happened right after that? You seen everybody, black, white, Asian, whatever, it don't matter. Everybody came together. American flags on every car. Hugs and highs and how are you? In the stores, everyone is so friendly. For months after 9/11, it was like the whole world, especially, well, in my country, I can't speak for other countries, but over here, it was like the whole country came together. Like, it was such a beautiful thing to see, but it sucks that it took a tragedy like that and thousands of people's lives, like, for us to come together like that. And a more recent, similar story with my Buffalo Bills, when DeMar Hamlin collapsed during the Bengals game. They canceled the game. That was more than a football game. That was someone's child, someone's brother, someone's teammate, someone's father that we seen collapse and die. Literally, he died. They had to bring him back to life on a football field. Over 40 million people watching. I thought that more or less would have just made its way back to our city of Buffalo, and we would have supported him. But the fact that the whole country came out to support him, like donations, charities, everything, like everyone again came together. It wasn't about football. It was about this young man's life. And he made his debut at the Super Bowl when he came out in the beginning of the Super Bowl and everyone was standing and clapping. He's a Bills player. It's a Chiefs and Eagles game, but they bring the Bills player out, and it showed you how connected everyone was around this man. But again, it took a tragedy of him dying on the field for us to come together. Like, why can't we just come together and have that miracle without needing to have the tragedy precede that? Okay, so that does tie in. Oh, and then it just ends there. Okay. I I wasn't expecting it to end like that, or I wouldn't have paused it before I started speaking at the end. We missed like the last sentence there, but that last section caught me off guard. The tale of Jenny and Screech, but then he didn't mention Violet again at the end. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not sure really how to decipher this video. I mean, obviously my reaction is genuine to it. The kid's a creative, I don't know why I keep calling him a kid. The man is a creative genius, artistically, visually, lyrically, playing the instruments. Like this man is a savant in his artwork and his masterpieces. And like you could tell he bleeds his soul. Like he pours everything into his songs, and the passion behind it. I mean, it's unmatched to me right now. Like, you know, compared to the greats, obviously up there, you know, in hindsight, Ren is just now blowing up. But keep putting out songs like this. I mean, he's been my most requested singer or whatever artist since I started this. And I never even heard of Ren before I began this page. But yeah, I mean, what I took from that was, you know, Jenny and Screech just, like I said, just two maybe lost, you know, youth, teenagers. I think he said Screech was, what, 14? Imagine being 14 years old and stabbing a random stranger to rob him, and then going down in a gunfight with the police at 14 years old. Like that story I told the other day about the 6-year-old who came into the classroom and shot the teacher. And then, like, so Jenny and Screech were complete strangers, though. But then he goes into the tale of Violet, who seemed like also a troubled youth, as was Screech, coming up. So, like, her dad was a piece of shit. So, again, is that like a nature versus nurture thing with, you know, things that go on in your household? Like, why Violet attached to a boyfriend who was, you know, drinking and doing drugs and beating on her? Like, why did she stay? Why didn't she leave? But we see that so much in everyday life, in relationships, and it's like, how much are you going to take? Or, like, what are you getting out of this besides a beating? Like, none of us should have to live like that. We should all, especially with your partner, it should be nothing but love. Like, if you don't have that love where you can never harm that person or not trust that person, or, you know, get jealous or have doubts, it's probably not love. I thought I was in love, right? A couple times, but when my first daughter was born is when I really knew what love meant. Like, holding her for those first few seconds, and she's got the same exact colic I do on my head. And I just started crying. I didn't think I was going to cry. Like, you know, being sensitive with the way I grew up, I didn't think something like that would bring me to tears. It takes a lot to bring me to tears, right? But now, even just thinking of my kids being in an accident or something like that, I don't even say it out loud because I don't want to speak it into an existence. But I can shed tears right now just thinking of one of my kids, not even being hurt, just getting their feelings hurt or crying over something. And I'm like, wow, that's what love is. Like, I would throw myself in front of a speeding train and get obliterated to save my kids' lives. Like, I'd go to but so for the tale of Violet, her father doing that to her, not a random stranger, leads her to get into this relationship with a guy who behind closed doors is doing the same shit that her dad was doing to her. And so people that get stuck in that cycle of rotation, like, I don't know how to articulate it, honestly. Like, how you can get up and leave and, you know, save yourself and don't be a subject to bullshit or, like, you know, the senseless violence and whatnot that goes into relationships, whether it be her and her father or her and a new boyfriend, or, you know, a son and his father, a son and his mother. When you get into those, you know, toxic relationships, and especially if you jump into another one that's toxic, it only gets bad. It always ends bad. You have to somehow, some way, always easier said than done, but find a way to get that toxicity away from you. Because, like, in this case, like, it can end you up in a hospital giving birth while you die. and you never even get to hold your child. Can you imagine that? You're giving birth, a miracle to a child. Your baby that you've been holding, carrying for 9 months, feeling her kicking your belly, moving around, talking to her, rubbing your belly. And you don't even get one chance to hold that beautiful little angel over something so senseless like being jealous or having a low self-esteem. Can't do it. You gotta be positive, put positivity around you. If you're near people like that and they don't want to change their life, well, you take your ass and you go that way. Had Jenny listened to her intuition, like her gut told her, she wouldn't have walked home late that night. Screech wouldn't have robbed her and killed her. She would have got a ride home. Her intuition was right, and it usually is. Crazy shit like that can happen. Life is funny, like Ren says. I mean, this song, I don't really know how much more I can break it down. It pretty much speaks for itself, And I'm sure everyone that's going to watch this can relate it too, that you know someone personally that has been in a relationship like that with your parents or a boyfriend or girlfriend, or in Screech's case, just a lost adolescent. When I was a teenager, I would probably relate more to Screech than Ren. At that point, I was young, dumb, and broke, right? Like that song, young, dumb, and broke. But we still got love to give. I never even gave love when I was that young, growing up poor. Growing up in a neighborhood where violence was regular to me. Seeing it was nothing. I'm so happy that I put my life on a different trajectory. Because now instead of following Screech's footsteps, I can follow in footsteps like a Ren and create something great with my life instead. Do something meaningful. All the comments I get from you are amazing. Talking about my passion, and I'm, Chris, I think you're a lot more intelligent than you gave yourself credit for. Like, just all the compliments you guys gave me, man. That's why, like, this event that happened with my friend over the weekend, and now hearing this song, is kind of like divine intervention. You have been suggesting this song for a while now, and it just so happens to be the one that I planned to do today. But obviously I didn't plan for that tragic event to happen with my friend, which was a case of random violence, as was Jenny and Screech. It wasn't a male and female, but whatever. It all ties into each other, where you could be walking home from the night one bar, drinking a drink, feeling good. Next thing you know, your parents never see you again. They're burying you in a hole. Or you're in a toxic relationship. Your mom let your dad abuse you, so you leave at 16. Now you got to bury your daughter, just gave birth to your granddaughter. You're going to let that granddaughter around your husband if you knew he was doing that to your daughter when she was 16? Yeah, that's like a video for a psychiatrist therapist to break down, right? If y'all caught that one. But, yeah, I mean, wow. We're definitely going to be diving down this rabbit hole some more. But that was what I got for Jenny and Screech and the Tale of Violet. That's how my perspective on it. But, yeah, like I said, this had to be the most perplexing one of his to me so far. But, yeah, lace the comment section. I would love to see what you guys think that this song means or the message behind it. Because I'm genuinely, like, curious as to what you guys think this is. Like, am I on point or am I way off in left field? Let me know, lace the comment section with that. And before we go, make sure you hit that subscribe button right there. Ding. Turn the little bell on so you see every time a new video comes up. Hit that thumbs up. We got our 200 sub plaque, right? Let's get our 300 sub plaque. Hit that subscribe button. So that was the Tale Jenny and Screech as you want it. Got another one coming for you too. Until next time.